What's going on, everybody? It's your man, Dr. Will, and you guys know the deal. Let me know what city, what state, what country you are chiming in from. Even if you're watching this on the replay, let me know what city, what state, what country you are chiming in from. No matter what platform, we're on several different platforms. So, whatever platform you're on, go ahead in the chat. Just drop where you are chiming in from. I'm here in the beautiful city of Phoenix, Arizona, where God vacations. So wherever you are, let me know in the chat what city, what state, what country. Tonight, I want to do a quick little training for you, drop some nuggets on you real quick. Not going to keep you long, but I want to share one of the strategies that I've used to amplify my brand. So that's what we're going to be talking about tonight. So as you are coming in, let me know what city, what state, what country you are chiming in from. And we're going to get right into tonight's training. So as you guys are coming in, let me know what city, what state, what country. And we're going to talk about how to amplify your brand using the media, how to amplify your brand using the media. And it's three things that I'm going to share with you tonight that's going to help you get more media in your business and help to amplify your brand. So for those of you who don't know me, I always like to just share a little bit about myself. I think anytime you're listening to anybody, they should qualify who they are and why you should listen to them. So my name is Dr. Will. I am a professional author. I've been an author for over 20 plus years now. I'm a professional speaker. I've been a professional speaker for 20 plus years. Most recently, I've been honored to be named one of the top 30 motivational speakers in the world. I've also been named one of the top 100 CEOs here in Arizona for 2 consecutive years. And so I love the speaking industry. The speaking industry has allowed me to build a life that I could only dream and imagine. And my sole mission now is to empower other speakers, authors, leaders, influencers, and help them maximize their brand and help them to amplify their message as well. So as you guys are settling in, once again, I'm not going to keep you long tonight. Just let me know in the chat if you are a speaker, if you are an author. Just type down in the chat speaker, author, type both if you are a speaker and an author, because this will work for authors as well. So you can get more publicity and you can build and amplify your brand as well. So in the chat, let me know, are you a speaker or your author? Are you both? And let's get into tonight's training. So tonight's training is going to be about how you can use the media and how you really can partner with the media to amplify your brand. If you are a speaker, if you are an author and you want to sell more books, then people need to know about you. If you are a speaker and you want to get booked on more stages, people need to know about you. So we want to do a little bit reverse engineering here, right? I want you to think about, if you are an event planner, what type of speaker would you want to grace your stage? If you are an event planner, and we're going beyond just being good. Yes, we want you to be good. Yes, we want you to be dynamic. But if it's between two dynamic speakers, what's going to give you the edge? What's going to give you the edge? Well, I truly believe if you amplify your brand, it will give you the edge. If it comes down to you and another good speaker, the way you've positioned yourself in the market and the way you brand yourself, I think that's going to be the differentiator, and that's going to be the game changer. So I want to share some things with you, and I want to share some tips with you tonight, how you can amplify your brand using the media or partnering with the media. And the thing I like about this is anybody can do this. Anybody can do this. I'm going to share with you some slides tonight, just my journey of working with the media, all types of media, print media, TV media, all types of media. And here's the cool thing about this. I don't have a publicist. I don't have anybody pitching Dr. Will to anybody. Dr. Will pitches Dr. Will. And so this is why I'm so confident that you can do this as well. Because if I can do it and I don't have a media background, I don't have a publicist background, you can definitely do this. Now, there may come a time in your business and in your journey where you go out and you hire someone to do this. I'm not against that. I'm not against that. But when I started out as a speaker, I didn't have any money to hire a publicist, but I wanted to be on TV. I didn't have any money to hire a publicist, but I wanted to be in newspaper. I wanted to be in print magazine. And so I'm just going to share with you what I did. And so if you're just starting out or you don't have the budget right now to get a publicist, I'm going to share with you some things tonight that you can absolutely do on your own. And it will take maybe 20 minutes, 30 minutes a day to do it, right? But the reward is so magnified, right? The reward is so big. So I hope you guys are ready to learn more about the media. If you're ready, down in the chat, just type yes. Just type yes. If you're ready, I'm looking down in the chat, seeing who's on. Type yes. If you're ready, type yes, that you're ready. So here's the cool thing. Here's the cool thing when we talk about the media. When we talk about the media and partnering, and I want you to think about that, partnering. I know I used the word use, but I want you to really think about partnering. And when I talk about partnering, I want you to think about partnering with your local media. I want you to think about that. Everybody has local media, whether this is a local newspaper, whether it's a local news channel. I want you to really hone in. We're honing in on local media. I know you want to be on the Today Show and all that type of stuff, and we'll get there, but I want you right now to focus in on local media. So here's a stat that I pulled up earlier today in preparing for this training, and it says in the United States, there are more than 5,000 news articles published daily in the country during the year. So every day, local media, print media, TV media, they need stories. They need stories like yours, stories of courage, stories of inspiration, stories of insight, stories of knowledge. They need your information. And so that's 1.8 million per year, 1.8 million per year stories that are just going in print media. And the same is true for TV media. They need stories as well. So if you just think about your local media, Monday through Friday, good morning, Arizona, good morning, Dallas, good morning, Atlanta, good morning, Los Angeles, good morning, New York, good morning, DC, good morning, Omaha. If you think about these local news entities, they need stories every single day. And what better story than to feature one of their local heroes, right? That's you. You're one of their local heroes. So I want you to think about that. I want you to think about how many stories that they need a day. So they're always on the hunt. They're always on the hunt, right? They're always on the hunt for a great story such as yourself. So since they're on the hunt, I want to get you in their line of fire. I want to get you in their line of fire because they're always looking to capture great stories. So I want to get you in their line of fire. Now, once again, as a speaker, I know we like to say, I don't have any competition. I'm just focused on doing my business and just staying in my line. That's great. And that's all fine and dandy. And that's true. But you do have competition. That there's someone trying to get on the same stage as you. There's someone trying to get the check just like you. So I want to help you tonight to kind of set yourself apart. I want to set you apart from everyone else. So as an example, when someone comes to your website, I want you to stand out. And being in the media helps you to stand out. So when you come to my website here, when you come to the About Dr. Will page, you see immediately as seen on ABC, NBC, CBS, and Fox. Immediately, That begins to establish me as an expert. That begins to establish me as kind of a celebrity, right? He's been on TV. Once again, we want to reverse engineer. So if you're thinking about the event planner, think about the event planner. Who do they want on the stage? Yes, they want somebody good, but if they could get a celebrity, and when I say celebrity, I'm talking about you. If they could get a celebrity, that would make their event even better. So I want you to think about when the event planner is thinking about their event, they're also thinking about getting people in the seats. So your job, right, as a speaker is to help them, per se, get people in the seats. They want to use your influence. They want to use your celebrity. So when they say, oh my God, we have the amazing Dr. Will coming to our conference, coming to our seminar. He's been on ABC and NBC and CBS and Fox. That helps them promote the event. That helps them. That's why they select speakers, because speakers help them fill the seats. So I want you to understand your role in this as well. So when they come to your website, I want you to be able to stand out and stand apart from the competition. So when they get to your website and they can see, and now you can put on there, as seen on ABC, NBC, CBS, and Fox, you stand out. And once again, I want you to remember, we're talking about your local media. So ABC, NBC, CBS, and Fox, they all have what we call local affiliates. They have what we call local affiliates. So if you see on the picture here, ABC 15 Arizona, that's our local ABC affiliate. That's our local ABC affiliate. And so all of these major news outlets, they have local media affiliates. And so here's the first thing that I want to share with you. Here's the first thing that I want to share with you, how to begin to build your media resume. How do you begin to build your media resume? So the first thing you want to do, number one, and this is very easy to do now with all the outlets that we have. The first thing you want to do is reach out to your local media. So kind of in the morning, I want you to kind of watch your local news, click through a couple of them, right? And kind of see, you'll be able to see who's kind of in line with your brand, right? Who's kind of in line with your brand, from ABC to NBC, CBS, CNN, kind of see who's in line with your brand, who has the audience that you want to get in front of. And then you go to either it's used to be Twitter, but it's now X. Go to their X page, right? Well, first go to their website. Go to their website, the local channel. Go to their website, and then what you're going to do is look up their newscasters. Right? You're going to look up their newscasters, and usually they'll have their email, or they'll have their social media. They'll have their social media handles on there. Usually they use a lot of Instagram, and they use really a lot of X, which used to be Twitter. So you find that handle, and for the next week or so, 2 weeks, just go to their handle, look at the type of stories that they're posting, and then start engaging with them. Follow, see what their rhythm is, how they present the news, what type of stories that they present, and you start just following them, start liking their posts. Be paying attention to what's going on in the news, because there may come an incident in the news that you're an expert, or that you have expertise in, that you could talk about. And we call this newsjacking. So let's say, for me personally, I deal a lot with DEI, diversity. I deal a lot with leadership and things like that. So if I see some news that comes across, and that's in my my sphere of influence, then what I'll do is I'll reach out and I'll say, hey, I saw that you're covering this story on XYZ. I have expertise. I would love to come and share some of my ideas on that subject. Once again, they're looking for stories every single day. So if you can lighten their load, and bring a great story to them, bring a great story to them. And what I like to do, and what I tell our clients and our students in our academy, is do the heavy lifting for them. Do the heavy lifting for them. So what does that mean? Give them a title, what your segment would be about, how leaders can embrace AI, right? So AI is a big thing. So I would send an email or an inbox, right, to them and say, here's what I would love to talk about: how leaders can embrace AI. I think your audience will find value in this because of these three things. So usually they're going to have to go to a producer, present this information to a producer. Hey, I found an expert online reached out to me. They're here locally and they have expertise in this. Once again, I'm already assuming that you're good. You know what you're talking about. Don't pitch for stories that you don't know anything that you're talking about. I'm already assuming that you have a quality website. So when they come to your website, they're going to see a quality website. I'm already assuming that your social media, your Instagram, your Twitter, your X is all on brand. So I'm already assuming that you're not going to call yourself an expert in something, and then when they get to your page, you're talking about who shot John and all that type of stuff. I'm already assuming. If all of this is not in alignment, then before you reach out, go get all of this in alignment, right? So I'm just making a lot of assumptions as I'm sharing this information with you. But once again, the number one thing is you just got to reach out. If they don't know about you, how can they know about you? Right? If they don't know about you, how can they know about you? So introduce yourself, right? That's newsjacking if you want to newsjack. Now, if there's not a particular story in the news that you can hijack, then just introduce yourself. Hey, I've been following you. I love your reporting. I love your stories. I'm a local expert here in Phoenix, Arizona. If you're ever looking for an expert to talk about this subject or these following subjects, please do not hesitate to reach out. Please do not hesitate to reach out. Now, I'm telling you, this is exactly what I did to build my media resume. This is exactly what I did to build my media resume. So I want to share with you just a couple, just a couple of articles and a couple of things that I've been featured in, just to show you that this works, right? So I've been featured in the Phoenix Business Journal here. I've been featured in magazines, author of 50 books who helps people find their genius, featured on newest issue of Speakers magazine. And so just by me, like, reaching out, right? Just reaching out to local newscasters, over the years, I've been able to build a very nice media resume, right? So let's look at this. CBS News, more top stories, top diversity company, Moreland Training Associates making an impact. Here's a segment I've done on television talking about tips to develop a positive attitude. And so in reaching out, what I've been able to do over the years is develop relationships. Develop relationships. This is going to be critical to you building your media resume. I've built some very unique relationships inside of the media where now they trust me. And that leads me into number two. The second thing that you're going to have to do if you want to build your media resume, the second thing you're going to have to do is after you reach out, then you're going to have to show up. You're going to have to show up. And when I talk about show up, usually when I get on TV and things like that, it's a very short notice, right? Because once again, they're always looking for stories. They're always looking for stories. So once you reach out, you're going to have to be able to show up. So the second thing is you got to show up. So for me, when you get this short notice, right, you make yourself available. You make yourself available. And then once you make yourself available, you want to be reliable. You want to show up on time. You want to make sure your tape, you're going to get, 3 to 5 minutes. Make sure you thought through what you want to say. So when that camera goes hot, you're ready. You're ready for it. you're ready for it. So does this take practice? Yes. You want to practice, start talking in your mirror, and then start studying other interviews, right? Start studying other interviews. One of the things that I do as a practice, I watch the news and then I listen to interviews and then I practice. I act as if they're asking me that question and then I answer it. So like, just think about if you're watching the news and, the interviewer said, Tom, tell me a little bit about yourself. Well, I'll pause and then I'll practice that as if they asked me. Dr. Will, tell me a little bit about yourself. Tell me a little bit about yourself. And so use that as practice. Use some of those questions, get a list of those questions that they ask, and become an expert at answering that. So they're going to ask you, tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us a little bit about your business. Tell us a little bit about your book. What's this book about? What can the audience look to gain from reading your book? So practice it, right? Practice it until it becomes second nature. So you want to show up knowing that it could be on short notice. You want to be reliable, and then you want to be relatable. So thinking about the end user is the viewer. So you want to be relatable, and you want to use stories that particular audience, and you can find out all different demographics about their audience. You can even ask the news reporter, hey, who is your demographics? Who are you really trying to reach out to? Who is this audience that I'm going to be speaking to? And open up that dialogue so you can, boom, hit a home run. All right. So number one, you got to initiate, you got to reach out, right? So reach out to your local media affiliates, go on their website, find their either email or find their social media handle and reach out to them. The second thing is you got to show up. You got to show up. So once again, it could be on short notice, but just always be ready. Once you start reaching out, the moment you start reaching out, be ready. It could literally, I'm not saying this could happen, but it could literally happen the very next day. They call you because maybe somebody else, couldn't show up, or they just needed a filler story and they come in, and you got to be flexible. Sometimes they called me and I was going to go live and then they say, oh, we ran out of time. Just be flexible. Don't get an attitude about it. There'll be another opportunity, right? But just remain flexible. So you got to reach out. You got to show up. You got to show up. Next thing you want to do, once you've been on the show, once you've gotten this media, the third thing you want to do is follow up. You want to follow up. And what do I mean by follow up? The very first thing you want to do in terms of follow up is reach back out to the individual that was responsible for you being on, or the individual that wrote the article on you or about you, and say thank you. Say thank you. Just thank them for the experience. Thank them for allowing you to be on their platform. When you open up that type of relationship and you show gratitude, they're more inclined to invite you back. And so every time I get an opportunity, I always send up a follow-up thank you. The second thing you want to do is you want to promote. You want to promote on your social media platforms that, hey, I just had the opportunity to be on the Daily Mix. I had the opportunity to be on MSNBC today talking about ... I had the opportunity to be on ABC talking about ... right? So you want to follow up. No one's going to know that you were on, TV if you're not promoting it. So you want to make sure that you're promoting it. Do the follow-up, right? If they have, usually they'll have a link so you can share for your audience to watch the interview if they can't watch it live. So make sure that you're following up with that. Make sure that you're tagging the individual that was responsible. Make sure you're tagging the show that had you on. So that's all a part of the follow-up. And once again, this is all about building that media relationship. So they'll come back and ask you to be on again. So just want to, as we get ready to close tonight, just want to show you just some other examples of media. So here's my local newspaper here where I live here in Phoenix, Arizona. they actually came. And how did this happen? We reached out. I had just won an award, and we did a press release. And let me say that's the bonus, right? Don't sleep on press releases. Press releases still work. And so simply what a press release is, if you won an award, if you received an accolade, or if you've done something dynamic, if you've written a book, reach out once again to your local media with a press release and just let them know simply, hey, Dr. Will received, I think this was for the Titan Award. This particular editor, they remembered that I had won the award last year and sent in a press release. And so he was like, wow, you've won this award 2 times in a row. I would love to come out and do a feature story on you. And so they literally came here to the house and did a featured story. So once again, this works, guys. It absolutely works. I've had the opportunity to be in magazines. I've had the opportunity to be, once again, local news, TV news. Don't sleep on blogs, many different social media outlets, podcasts. All of this is what we're talking about, media. All of this is media. And so the more you're out there, the more you're out in front of people, the bigger your brand is going to be. And so once again, perception, market perception, when people come across you, what's going to be their perception? And so you want to give them what I call a lot of eye candy, right? You want to give them a lot of eye candy. When people come to your website and they're looking at your credentials, you want to give them a lot of eye candy. You want to give them the perception of, hey, this individual knows what they're talking about. They're an expert. Look at how many magazines they've been in. Look at how many times they've been in local media on TV. And so once again, this helps to amplify your brand, guys. It helps to amplify your brand. And if you amplify your brand, you amplify your bank account. If you amplify your brand, you amplify your bank account. So I hope this has helped you out tonight. We're going to be sharing ideas like this at our next upcoming event in a couple of days. On Friday, our 3-day Master the Mic, excuse me, our 3-day Master the Mic training right here in Phoenix. You have a couple of days to still register to meet us here in beautiful Phoenix, Arizona. For 3 days, I'm going to be training you how to come up with your master story and your master keynote so you can master the mic. But we're also going to be talking about how you can amplify your brand. So if you're ready to go to the next level, go to masterthemiclive.com. It's scrolling there on the screen at the bottom. Just masterthemiclive.com. Secure your spot. If you're anywhere here on the West Coast, get here. Like if you're Phoenix for sure, Arizona for sure, Nevada, California, Oregon, Washington, Montana, Utah, man, New Mexico. If you're in the vicinity, it's worth the investment because what you're going to walk away with, a wealth of information, a wealth of knowledge, but more importantly, you're going to have the confidence because you're going to have the tools and the strategies to go out there and build your thriving speaker business. And so if you are, and this is not just for, we say speakers, but I consider everybody a speaker. If you have a message, if you have a product, there's police officers, there's teachers, there's chefs, there's all different types of individuals that are a part of our academy that come to our training because they have a message that they want to get out. So this is not just for if you want to be a professional speaker, keynote speaker. This is for individuals that if you literally have a product, a service, but you want to maximize your brand so you can get in front of more people, so you can go from talking one-to-one to talking one-to-many, and you feel comfortable and confident in talking in front of a crowd of 100, 200, 1,000 individuals, then you need to come to Master the Mic. So once again, it's masterthemiclive.com. com. It's October 20th through the 22nd here in beautiful Phoenix, Arizona. I'm telling you, this is our last training of the year. So if you really want to go into 2024 already with a strategy to dominate, like you come in October and then you're going to have all of November and all of December to put your strategy together. So when we hit January, you're running. You don't want to get to January and be trying to figure it out. So come hang out with us here, October the 20th through the 22nd. Get the strategy that you need to go into 2024 so you can dominate. All right, guys. Hope you had a wonderful time tonight, and I shared something with you that you can go out there and implement right into your business. Remember, reach out, show up, and follow up. You do those three things, guys, you'll be well on your way to building your media resume. All right. Talk to you guys later.